I was listening to Elvis Duran and the morning show, and one of the producers, a guy named Straight Nate, had a theory that good-looking people don't have to go to parties on time. And that got me thinking, what else do we give good-looking people a pass on? I posted the question on my Facebook, and here are some of your answers. Bad manners in general. If you think about it, part of the problem about good-looking people is, especially when they're young and moldable, we don't correct them. We always worship the good-looking football player type, and nobody corrects the bad behavior. And next thing you know, he grows up to be an angry old man who worked 20 years on a job he didn't like, and then next thing you know, he's yelling, "Get off my lawn," and wondering why his grandkids don't visit him. The biggest thing that I think we give young, good-looking girls a pass on is woo voice. You'll go out, they have 2 or 3 beers, and they're like, "Oh my God! Hello! Yay! Oh my God!" Nobody wants to be the one to say, "Hey, your voice is 5 octaves too high, bring it down," because we're all trying to sleep with them. And guess what? Woo girl voice ain't so hot when you're 45, and you're like, "Wah, wah." Then you just turn into Florida mom. My favorite pass that we give to good-looking people comes from my friend Dan Brassam, who says good-looking people don't have to answer text messages promptly. Like, we send the message out into space, and if they reply 3 weeks later, we're like, "Oh my gosh!" I am totally guilty of giving this pass to good-looking women. Her name is Nikki. She knows who she is. Every now and again, I'll send her a message, and she'll reply 4 days later and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm just so bad at texting." She sent me a message that just said, "Hey," and then didn't reply again for like a week and a half. I'm just so in her pretty girl aura, I gave her a pass on her rudeness. We laugh at their bad jokes. This applies to a guy I knew when I was starting out in comedy. For the sake of this story, Berg was at the time the absolute worst comedian on earth, but he was like one of the best looking guys I had ever seen in my life. I mean, he was glowingly beautiful. He was like, I should be in a soap opera beautiful. Awful act. And yet every week there would be women coming in to see him, and he'd be going home with at least 2 of them at the same time. That gave him enough time, though, to grow into a good comedian, and now that his hairline didn't hold up, thank God, he's funny. My friend Angelo writes, if attractive people are quiet, we assume they are shy, but if ugly people are quiet, we assume they are creepy or unintelligent. Like when there's a good-looking person, you're like, oh, they're an angel, they don't want to be bothered with us. And if you see a quiet, less attractive person, you're like, he is imagining me naked. Before I sound like I'm judgmental, I think we're all guilty of giving the pretty person pass on so many bad behaviors. We excuse their bad behavior because we just love being in their aura. I'm guilty of it, and I think you are too. What pretty passes do you think that we give out in society? Comment below. And while we're at it, if you're on Long Island on February 29th, I have a stand-up comedy show at Governor's Little Room. If you can't come to my stand-up show, don't worry. I love entertaining you guys. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tom Kelly Show, my Facebook channel / page, Tom Kelly Show. My Snapchat and TikToks are Tom Kelly Show. And thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing my stuff. I appreciate it.